Hitbox KO. Welcome everybody to another episode of your favourite podcast on the internet, Hitbox. Joining us today is Jamie. My name is Nathan. Nathan,
Hello.
Who are you? Tell us about yourself. Why are you on this podcast?
I'm on a podcast for fun times and chats with pals, people down the pathway of life. I'm Nathan.
Nathan's here. Oh, sorry. I didn't realise.
You carry on. Come on, Mr. Host. Do
Well,
tell.
I was just going to say that Nathan's here. He wants a bit of fun, but he's come here with the aim of creating quality content. And that's what we like over here on Hitbox. But I do want to know what you're going to say. Please continue.
A little bit about me. I like to paint. I like to create, if you will. I feel that's my main pastime, if you will.
See.
I'm a connoisseur of methods of creating, I feel.
Well, I'm very interested to dive into your history of video games, which we're going to start immediately. Enough rambling. So, tell us about, what was your first console? What was your very first video game console?
Oh man, so I was a late bloomer here. It took me a while to finally get something that was personally usable. So my first console was a GameCube. That was around about 2010, 2011. It was a good while after it had come out. I had some good memories of that console.
That's actually really interesting. 2011, and you got a GameCube. That's so interesting.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why. I thought I'd take it back a little bit. See what old me would have been playing.
So what did you play on the GameCube?
It was a heavy time of Animal Crossing, the very first one. That game is fantastic. Yeah, that was, would you believe, ruined my life. But I'm still here and functioning, so I feel no chip off my shoulder.
Why did it ruin your life?
It's addicting, man. It's a whole second life. I'd sit on the beanbag on the floor over here and just melt into this polygonic world.
You have the actual beanbag in your room right now.
Sadly not.
Started off.
Sadly not. It's metaphorical. I swapped it for a tapestry, so sadly that beanbag is sent on its own journey of its own.
I got really excited then. We've got an actual live artifact of the past ready for the podcast, but no.
The artifact's on a journey of its own at the moment, passed down through time.
See, that's interesting because I could be complete. Oh no, I am completely wrong. There's only you and one other person who actually owned a GameCube. So you're one of on this podcast that is not in the entirety of the world, and so we don't get many GameCubers around here. Well, I always wanted a GameCube. It was just kind of one of those how are you supposed to ask your parents for multiple games consoles? I always went around my friend's house for GameCubing. Sorry.
No, that's all right. It was just, I think, if I remember, this was a self-purchase. I remember getting it off Gumtree, off some seller in the city next to me. We went down and got it. If I remember, I saved up a load of work money because I worked on the weekends during what year was I in? Like year 8 or year 9?
Mm-hmm.
I remember if that timing's right. But yeah, it was,
sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a little trek to get it.
How much did it cost? Do you remember?
Ooh, man! Oh no, the story is wrong. That was for the monitor that I used for it. The GameCube itself came from a friend who was selling their caravan. It was in their caravan, and so I bought it for £35. That was it. And
you bought a monitor. And you got a monitor for it as well.
Yeah, separately. That was a different thing.
Okay.
And along with the GameCube, it came with the Donkey Konga bongo drum Guitar Hero style game. That was a bunch of fun. That game
A
was something
banana
else.
bunch of fun. That's so funny. One of your first games was Donkey Konga.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like I had to obviously I bought this in school, so I had to carry around these bongo drums and this plethora of GameCube equipment, hardware.
Well, the GameCube has a handle on it, doesn't it? It's
Oh,
kind
it
of
was that
designed
was
for that.
handy, if
It
you will.
actually,
Yeah,
it actually has a handle for some reason. I guess that's
yeah,
why.
right. I'm gonna take my GameCube on a little walk here, like a briefcase.
I've never actually played Donkey Kong. I've seen it. My friend had a GameCube, and I used to come around his just to play Smash Bros.
Yeah,
But he always had the Donkey Konga drums in front of his TV,
yeah,
ominously.
yeah.
Like,
like a like a little art piece, if you will, like a little
well, it is because I feel like that's definitely a
display.
huge contribution to the plastics in the ocean at the moment. Just Donkey Konga drums that people have had to
Just
get rid
a
of.
whole load of them. Like, yeah, floating around, turning up on shores.
On shores. Someone's gonna be really happy though. Like, what is this? Oh, it's some drums. Oh wait, no, they don't do anything. You have to plug it in for it to do anything.
They're like following the wire. Like, I see. 'Tis not what I thought.
What else did you have on the GameCube?
Ooh, Metroid. That was a big one for me. I loved Metroid.
Sick.
The second and the first ones, they were really good.
Did you
Um,
have a Wii in the end?
No, never.
Okay.
That was my first and only console.
Tell me more
Um,
about. Sorry, I only because I've played the third Metroid Prime, but I
Oh,
haven't played
yeah.
the first two.
I've only played the first two. I might get the fourth on the Switch because I know a couple people with the Switch. So hopefully I get to. It would be a shame to skip one, but I feel I need to keep up. Play
Yeah,
the
I feel
fourth.
like, you just Google the story, I guess. Just
Yeah, right. Yeah.
well, the thing is, with,
The non-gamers resolve to gaming. That's
no, but
it. They read
the
the
thing is
story.
with video games like that though, like with a TV show, you can actually reasonably catch up. With a video
Oh, yeah.
game, it's like, oh yeah, catch up with this like 30-hour game or whatever. Like, oh, it's quite a lot of effort.
Right. It's a grind.
Yeah. Okay. So Metroid Prime was a big part. Any other GameCube classics that you want to
Oof.
discuss?
See if I can remember anymore. Oh, a Double Dash, Mario Kart Double Dash. One of the only Mario Karts where there's a guy on the back.
Love Mario Kart Double
That
Dash.
was like that concept was so interesting. Having a guy do your power ups for you on the back. It was really interesting. Or they could like drift for you by shifting their weight on the
Yeah.
back if you could do many a prank done that way.
Yeah, I loved that game. Again, played it around a friend's house. I had a GameCube friend. I
Yeah.
didn't know. I was one person I knew who had a GameCube, and luckily he lived down the road, so I just went to his all the time to play all these games I couldn't
So-
play.
To cube up, yeah.
I like that. Yeah, Double Dash is sick. Like you got all the cool, unique items that you can throw, like the big bananas if you're Donkey Kong.
Oh man, yeah. Oh, I forgot about those.
Yeah.
I can't remember what
that
else
was-
what the power ups you had that were specialized. Remember the banana? I do remember that.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Nathan. I kind of know all of them, even though I've never.
Oh wow! Oh my memory of it is very much a toy on the high shelf getting dusty.
Oh, that's really sad. You should get it down after this podcast. Boot up the old cube.
I will, and in fact, I might even cube up with someone. Might go cube.
Do you remember those toys that were little cubes that you could stick together, and they had
Oh, with the little
men
stick
inside?
men in.
Yeah.
I thought that was a fever dream of mine because there was loads of stuff like that came out. Well, I don't believe they were real because they could like lift weights and things. You had like 3 buttons on the front
Well,
of them.
Yeah. So
Did you ever own them? Who owned any of them? I don't
No.
know anybody.
No, I didn't own them. I didn't know anyone. But
Yeah,
you always
same. They
looked
were
at the
cool.
adverts, and like on the advert, they'd have like a city, like like 100 of them. Just
Yeah, it's this little metropolis of green and
That's-
black stickmen.
that is £1,000 worth of cubes right there. Like, they were so expensive.
No, that's a gamer thing right there. Those stickmen towers. That's OG gaming right there.
If you had to be more hardcore. This
Oh yeah, it's a commitment.
this channel is this podcast is firmly softcore gaming. I'm afraid, fans. So we won't be talking about stickmen. I want to know what it's called now.
Do tell me the names. I'm curious. They had like different colors.
I'm typing. Okay, so it's called Cube World,
Cube World, that was it.
and the first link that comes up is a YouTube video titled "Cube World was weird."
I'm glad that someone's in agreement.
you can buy like a stack of like 20 of them for £13 on eBay now.
Man, that wasn't that the price like 1 or 2 at that point, if I remember the pricing correctly?
I feel like one of them cost £12.
That was so along those lines.
It has 3 little buttons on it.
What did the buttons do? I don't remember what the buttons did.
So
they
even
changed what they did, and like one could like lift weights. And I remember the weightlifter more than anything for some reason.
Yeah, I remember the weightlifter. I think. Well, the buttons are just kind of. It's like a Tamagotchi, isn't it? Like you can just kind of do random stuff. Looking at the pictures, I think different cubes could do different things.
Right.
This is going to blow your mind here.
Oh, go on.
You can get more. There was more than just cubes that you get for it. There seems to be like little connection pieces, like a park and a sewer that you can connect to it as well.
Sewer. You can get a sewer.
There's some like weird connections with valves and.
What?
This is weird.
I want to. Who invented that? I want to meet them.
I hope they made loads of money. They probably did.
Same. I love that they've still got them around. They're like bankrupt, and all they've got is these like piles of stickmen in their room.
No,
just
they
just
bought some land.
with.
They bought some land and built a house using stickmen blocks. Now, don't tell me if you had the money. Now we've had this conversation. Don't tell me you wouldn't make a house out of cube worlds.
Oh, it'd be 2 stories at least. At least.
You like instead of a doorbell, you press a button. And, like some dude just runs around the entirety of your house on these little screens
through the sewers.
So I think we've talked enough about Cube World. I didn't think we'd be talking about Cube World.
That was you certainly dragged up a couple of feelings and nostalgia there.
So, were you ever an owner of a handheld system?
Yes. I had the 3DS when it came out.
Ooh.
That was rather than the GameCube. I didn't get it 5 years later. I got it, but right around the release date.
Nice.
Saved up all my pennies for it. I remember I had a robot money jar that could count it for me. I remember like putting in anything just to.
I had the exact same thing.
No way.
And I bought a 3DS by saving up.
Black.
I had the blue one as well, yeah.
Dude, what?
I literally saved up for it, and I got it on release day. I'm pretty sure that was like year 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I
what year was it for me? It was year 8 for me.
Yeah.
Just before GCSE year, so yeah.
And I remember I was so excited to get it, and then turn up the 3D.
Oh man, yeah. Oh, that was like one of the very first things I did. And then as soon as you've done that, the travel sickness sets in. You know. Oh man, that was an illness like no other. It was crazy, near immediate.
Actually, yeah, because I did eventually get used to it.
Oh yeah, it took a while.
What games did you have on launch for the 3DS?
On launch, oh man,
when you got it
here actually. I got Super Mario 3D Land. I had that around. I think that was the only game. Oh, and Cube Ninja. Remember Cube Ninja?
I do.
It was a balancing game. You had to like tilt it and like get the cube ninjas through the puzzle. Do you know that
I-
game is worth about £70 now, and I've got the cartridge somewhere. It's a little like future classic.
Yeah, Cubic Ninja.
That's
I-
it. Yeah.
I never actually had that game, but I remember it looking. It's pretty cool. Like the graphics are really interesting as well.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, the cartridge is loose somewhere in here. That was a fun game.
Yeah.
I usually grind it out on like only 1 or 2 games when I buy something. It's like a habit I'll do.
Mhm.
And then a lot later, like maybe 2 years ago, I bought Luigi's Mansion and fell in love with that series. Luigi's Mansion is a fantastic series. I'm surprised I didn't get it on the GameCube, but yeah, the second one was great.
Well, I think Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube was a bit rough. It was
Yeah,
kinda like,
yeah.
It was very short. Luigi's Mansion 2 is a lot better, I think.
I heard the third one's like kind of a bit too easy, so I feel that the second one's like the perfect point.
I haven't. So I have played. I've got the third game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was. I didn't really think about the difficulty. I kind of assumed it would be really easy, to be honest.
No, that's fair. I love a puzzle game. You see, it's my main genre of play.
Okay.
So I like the challenge. You know.
Did you, by any chance, did you get Super Monkey Ball 3D on the 3DS?
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah, because that game made me feel really ill.
Oh man, do you have the 3D turned up and then play it? Oh man, that's
I
a
remember
ride.
that game in particular because you know how different 3DS games had kind of different levels of depth to them.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big one because you've got the foreground and then all the way you can see the whole level.
Like, I remember Super Monkey, but kind of, it looked really cool. I remember being like, "This is amazing."
Yeah. I can imagine.
But then 5 minutes later, I can't play it.
This is impossible. Take a Stugron or like a travel sickness pill beforehand, you know, or during.
Give us what's your favorite 3DS games then? You said 3D Land, but
Ooh,
which is sick.
I think because I only owned 3. I think the top one is got to be Luigi's Mansion. That was really fun. Yeah, I love the little extra bits. One of the few games I've completed on the completely.
Nice.
When I own something, it's not very like I don't get an extensive library. I usually like enjoy concentrated amounts of one thing.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
What are your favorite 3DS games? If that's your only handheld, I can't. You probably maybe owned a DS. I don't know.
I actually own all of them.
No, of course.
I've got all of them. My favorite 3DS game is probably like there's so many good 3DS games.
Oh yeah, that was a fantastic system.
It really was actually. It was so cool. Probably Kid Icarus Uprising.
Oh yeah.
Which is I feel like a bit underrated. It's not really talked about much, but I thought that game was so.
Is that the first? Is there any ones in between that and the NES one, or was that like it was NES and then they did that one?
So they did the NES one, and then there was a really bad Game Boy one. You know, like black and white Game Boy.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
And it's like it's super bad, and that's it.
Wow. Okay.
And then they just
themselves.
Yeah. The guy who makes Super Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Masahiro Sakurai.
Yeah.
He basically added Pit, the character, to Smash Bros. And then kind of completely redesigned his character, and then was asked, "Oh, we love your design. Do you want to make a brand new Kid Icarus game?" Like,
oh no way!
So that's he actually developed that. Well, he directed that
way.
game. Yeah,
That's
it's
what a
very
strange
interesting.
crossover. Yeah, that's fascinating. Huh. They added the character in before the game. That's interesting. Or
The character was they redesigned. They basically did a whole redo
yeah,
of
because
him.
he went from like this to this. Went from 2D to 3D.
Yeah, for audio listeners, Nathan just pointed at his 3D form.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. I forgot the handicap of no video there.
So tell me about Street Pass.
Oh, Street Man. That was fun because I had a couple of people in school with 3DSs. So it was like it was nice to like you would like sneak them out in like biology or something. You would like have them under the table, and we'd see like the little green dot. Like, yeah, we were both here. What a! It was really fun. Yeah, I liked that little addition. It was fantastic. All the little mini games and collecting all your people.
To be honest, when I was at school, in my school, barely anyone had a 3DS. Like, it wasn't very. Not even my friends. I feel like maybe like a couple of other people had 3DSs that I knew, but it wasn't. It wasn't like a walk into school and get tons of hits type of thing.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry about that, man. We should do that. We should redeem your teenagehood. We should meet up on Street Pass, man.
Well,
redo it.
It got so for a long time. I kind of thought it was a bit of a crappy feature because it was kind of like, well, no one seems to be walking past me. And then I went to college, and I got the train to college.
Oh,
and I was just getting hits all the time.
Oh, you're populars, left, right, centre.
And then I went to Comic-Con, and it was just...
man. It blew up. You blew up.
And I got it after that. After I went to Comic-Con, I suddenly understood the appeal.
Yeah, I like it. It makes makes your friendships very utilitarian though, because you just want those coins, man. You just want to get yourself further. What was it? It was that game with the map, and you had to get past ghosts to get
Street Pass Quest.
That was it. Yeah. I never finished that. There was one ghost I could never get past.
Oh, it's mental. I got past it only because I went to Comic-Con. That's the only reason why. Because I was basically on my 3DS all day, constantly getting hits.
Just stand in the middle, hold it up and just stand in the middle, like, everyone come nearby, let's go.
It's like, you see someone on a 3DS and you kind of, like, meander past them. And they're doing the same to you, so it's fine.
I like that. I mean, I forgot about Street Pass. That's oddly nostalgic for me too. I'm not gonna lie. Even the 3DS is getting nostalgic.
It definitely is, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the little green light that you just reminded me. I forgot about the green light. It's just, we got hit. It was so exciting.
Someone. Then you like excitedly go into like the plaza and see who's there.
I remember like taking my 3DS, just in my pocket everywhere anyway, just to see. And I remember like you'd go to I don't know, like a restaurant, a restaurant with your parents or going out for whatever.
Oh man!
And then you check your pocket, and it's like, see the green light.
Sweet.
And then you're looking around.
Who is this? Like a little secret agent, You know what's up.
So you didn't have a DS in that case?
No. Skipped ahead a bit there.
Yeah, because DS had something called. Are you aware of what PictoChat is?
Yes. Oh man, I remember in year 6.
Yeah.
There's a divide. There was a clear divide of PSP and DS.
Oh, was there really?
Yeah, there was it was, I think maybe 80% DS and about 20% PSP.
Yeah. I
do remember PictoChat.
Just
you draw a little thing and then send it, and then someone else adds to it.
It's brilliant. On the bus, just a whole slew of dick pics, like just people scribbling out as many as they can and just sending them like,
let's go. What I remember on like Own Clothes Day is just like this orchestra of Mario Kart noises when people put their DSs in. Like
Yes,
it was a
yes.
cacophony of like and then or like someone zooming off or like I was like, this is me and the PSPers are over there like, oh, this is crazy. Also, I own a PSP and I just remembered very it was a very brief time
Okay.
because I didn't really own anything for it. I didn't really use it that much.
hmm
But yeah, I remember that noise within the classroom. It was
That
something.
is that is why I do this podcast. Like that is has brought back so many memories
Oh,
of that noise. You're right, like 30 kids just sitting there like
oh, it was insane. From one corner and another one on the bean bags or something,
Yeah.
another table. It was insanity, just insanity.
Okay. Well, we'll move on past the 3DS now.
Yes.
You said that you haven't had any other consoles,
No.
which means PC? Is that
PC it is. Yeah.
yeah?
That's it.
Tell us about your PC, your PC games that you used to play, or still do. When did you get your PC? I mean,
Oh, that's a very recent thing. That is, well, maybe in my spectrum of time. That was like 2017. I got this thing. I've just been
Mhm.
adding to it ever since. The nostalgia factor isn't there quite, but you know, we use it every now and again.
well, we won't. I won't talk too much about that because I feel like that's probably going to infringe on your top
Yes.
5.
Yeah, the next segment here. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will say, did you ever get into mobile gaming, particularly?
No,
No?
afraid not. But I can touch on a few PC games because I remember the family computer from a long time ago.
Oh,
This wasn't my own.
that's perfect. Yes,
They're
let's hear it.
fantastic. I feel that's even more nostalgic than owning your own, having to like wait for your mum or dad to finish to do your thing. So
Yes.
games I remember heavily are remember Nitrome, the Flash games on Nitrome or Miniclip.
No.
It was like the
Miniclip,
old,
yeah.
it was the alt version of Miniclip. I'm not sure if Flash has been what is the word?
Discontinued.
That's it. I thought
It has
disqualified.
actually.
That's is it gone?
Disqualified.
He's
That was
out.
recently. That was actually only
I
a
know.
couple of months ago, I think. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Miniclip, Nitrome, and the one with the tank man. What's that one? Oh man.
Oh, that was just like funmathsgames.com.
Oh man, yeah, that
Oh
one.
no. Oh, you mean Newgrounds?
Newgrounds, that's it.
Yeah.
Newgrounds, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you're bringing up some old stuff here.
This is what I want. This is talk to me because I don't think I've talked to anyone about Miniclip for a very long time. Talk to me about
dude.
Miniclip.
So I remember the racing game, the Miniclip Racers. I used to play that
Yes.
a lot. It was one of my first like 3D games that I played. It was in a 3D world. It blew my mind. It blew it. Like
Yeah.
it was. The thing is, the PC couldn't run it. Like it was that old. It could not run this game until we got the next PC. I was like, this is amazing. What is this?
Oh, I remember that. I remember it. Yeah.
And
I'm looking at images now.
yeah. Another big one was is it Fancy Pants Adventure? Remember that, the dude with the orange shorts, Stickman.
I don't.
I remember like in the sound engineering the most on that game. I loved the sounds everything made. You get to like, collect shells.
Oh, I have never played this. You know? No.
Oh, it's fantastic. There's 1 to 4.
There was so. I feel like Miniclip is such a weird kind of like part of gaming history because there were like loads of games that had tons of sequels as well, and it was all completely free, and like some of it was really good.
So it doesn't make sense now, you know. Like they wouldn't work. It would not work.
Did you ever play? Oh, sorry, go on.
Nah, do go ahead. That point was null. Do go ahead.
Did you ever play Motherload?
Dude, what a game!
Yeah.
Oh, I loved Motherload. I played the hell out of Motherload. That was an amazing game. The anxiety of digging down, see how far you could get before your fuel or you blew up or your drill
Really
end broke.
intense.
It was amazing. Oh, I wish I could play it again. Hopefully someone's done a resurgence somewhere because that game's amazing.
Well, there is actually. It came out years ago, but it's on. I think it's on Steam. Motherload 2 is a thing like that. They
Is it
released a
sequel?
proper sequel. I played it and it's good. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
it's on Steam or not, but it is. It's called Super Motherload,
Oh,
uh,
dude.
and it's actually pretty wicked. Yeah. Um, did you ever get to the end of that game?
No, I did not. No.
So I didn't personally get to the
Just
end
the
of it.
replay factor was just enough for me. Just
Oh,
getting back into a new world. It was so good.
yeah. I say my brother got to the end of it,
Oh, what?
and I remember he was
Mysterious.
sitting there shouting because he's my older brother. So when you're kind of in that young age, 3 years difference is a huge difference when it comes to how good someone is at video games.
Yeah, right.
And I remember we were both super on edge. I was kind of like shouting at him as well, like, "You better run out of fuel!" And he got to the bottom,
Yeah.
and you face off against Lucifer, like the devil. There's a boss fight at the end of the game.
How do you fight that? I guess you dig above him. You're
Yeah,
down
you
through.
use like dynamite and throw it at him and stuff, and it's like insanely hard. And if I remember right, I think he died and then never played the game ever again.
He's like done. That's it.
Yeah, he was just kind
He's
of
had
like,
his mother load. I feel that.
well, he just kind of just thought whatever happens at the end of this game, it's not going to be worth the stress of beating this stupid thing.
You didn't see him for weeks afterwards, just in recovery.
Yeah, but he was really intense with that game for like a few weeks. He was just non-stop playing it, and
Oh my
then
god.
he never finished it.
Holy moly.
I played Castle Cat as well as one that springs to mind.
No, afraid not.
That was
not
really weird. Yeah,
a Castle Cat.
I'm just looking. It's like a platformer. It was really weird. That was just one that I remember because it was really strange.
Castle Cat. Hang on. If you've got Nitrom up there, that was a heavily played out Nitrom. I'd constantly be on the website looking for the newest edition that they put up of any
Nitro
games
is
they
actually
put up.
very much still exists, and it
It's
looks
still there.
it looks so nice. Like the website's
it's-
pretty sick.
Oh, the games were stunning as well. They were fantastic. They were all sort of somewhat mentally challenging. Yeah, I love the art style's amazing.
Yeah, it is actually. I've never heard of this before, but it's really nice.
I forget. I don't know who runs this. I'm afraid I didn't research that further when I was younger. I just appreciated their creations.
Oh no one did. Like, and I do think that the age of these browser-based games is definitely over now, especially with Flash going away. Kids these days do not play free browser games anymore because
No, that is it.
it's on an app. You play it on your phone now.
Right.
That's the
I
equivalent.
think most of the Nitro games are on mobile now,
Yeah,
which is rather exciting because I get to play them again.
yeah, it's cool. It's just a shame that obviously you put it on mobile and then they try to like they put there was adverts in before, but they put like they try and charge you for stuff and
Yeah. It's just not the same.
yeah, it's not
It's
the
like
same.
when it was purely free and wholesome,
Because like you'd get adverts on the website itself,
Yeah, down the
not-
sides or whatever.
but not in a game. No, you wouldn't. Very rarely you wouldn't get those like tons of ads in it. So yeah,
especially ads you couldn't like skip for a bit, before the skip button comes up.
I feel like in fact, I was going to say something about mobile games, but I haven't played a mobile game in a very long time, so I haven't got a clue what I'm
No,
talking about.
same here.
Okay, so if you're, are you happy with what you've spoken about? Are there anything you can think of that?
There's a couple of spotty memories within the back of my mind of like very just small moments I can remember from childhood of playing Hit 'em Run on the PS2 with my cousins. I remember very
Oh,
vaguely they had a special like room with everything in. They had a PS2 and they had Hit 'em Run. I remember that. That was there's like a whole concentrated feeling as well with all surrounding that bubble of memory.
I can't. I know exactly what you mean. Uh, did you say your cousins?
Yeah,
Yeah, I also played Simpsons Hit and Run only at my cousins. I'd never
yeah,
actually
yeah,
owned that.
yeah.
'Cause I didn't get a PS2
Mm,
until
neither did I.
like way. I didn't get it until like the PlayStation 3 was out. Um, just like a second-hand one. So I kind of mainly played PS2 games round my cousin's house.
Yeah,
Uh, and yeah, they had all those Simpsons games, and there's a driving one as well. Or was that Hit and Run?
driving one. You could
Um,
you could definitely drive in Simpsons Hit 'em Run, but I'm not sure.
oh,
Maybe.
So the Simpsons Hit and Run, and there
Mm,
was Simpsons Road Rage. Do you remember that?
that was it. Yeah, that I know what you're about now. Yeah. Um, never played that, but I knew of its existence.
Here's a fun memory that you've just dredged
Yeah,
up from the back of
go
my
on.
mind. I strongly remember going to my cousins for Christmas and Christmas morning coming down, and my cousins were all older than me, but one of them was kind of interested in this as well. Uh, we both wanted to play Hit and Run, sorry, Road Rage, to see if it unlocked a Christmas character on Christmas Day, and it actually did. There's like a Father Christmas Homer
No way.
that only you can only play it on Christmas Day,
Of
um,
course.
and we
That's
got we just got really hyped about it. We just played it for like 5 minutes. I mean, there was nothing to do. We just kind of drove around a bit.
I love those little old Easter eggs in old games like that. I love that.
Yeah, these days it would be. Well, I
You'd know
suppose
about it.
you would know about it, yeah.
Back then, it was just a little secret surprise, you know?
Or it'd be like an update. They do like an
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
update, and it'd be a whole thing, wouldn't it? Yeah.
You'd be in the patch notes.
Well, that's actually again. Thank you for bringing that up.
Oh,
That's
you're
another game that I
welcome.
haven't remembered from a
The
long time
the
ago.
Dreamcaster over here.
Yeah. Uh, a console that neither of us owned.
No,
So
that is no.
we're now going to move on.
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
This is quite prestigious. This list.
Ooh,
The
okay. No
we
pressure.
on the Hitbox podcast team have received many awards and accolades for our world famous tier list of games.
Wow,
So it's quite an honor.
goodness
Um,
gracious. It's an honor to be here. In fact, from
we
the knowledge.
uh, so as I said earlier, it was originally going to be a top 10 that went out the window. So
Okay.
now all the games are split up into 5 different tiers. There's actually 6, but I'll get to that. Um, so I hope you've got your 5 games in order.
I'm just gonna double check that. They are not. I'm just gonna do a little switch around here.
That's going to be a horrible choice, or
Hang
an
on.
easy
Oh,
choice maybe.
hang on, and then I'm gonna put that. like that and that. There we go. Wonderful stuff. We're here.
Right. So tier 5. We're gonna start. I also apologize to you and all of our listeners from the United Kingdom for using the word tier. I know that
Ooh,
makes people
carries
very
some
uncomfortable,
weight.
myself included. Tier 5, the grunt tier. Tell me what your least favorite, most favorite game of all time is.
Least favorite, most favorite from this list. You say, okay?
Yeah, the fifth.
Oh,
the
this
fifth
this
one
is the
down.
okay. This is the one that I think a lot of people would relate to. It's Cuphead.
Oh yeah, what a choice!
Oh, like it is the old style, like frustrating hard game with like projectiles from every angle, not knowing the health bar of the boss. It's the grunt is you dying for the 50th time, but then if on the 51st, if you get it, it's a exclamation of joy that it keeps you going. You know, it's like a cup of coffee. You hit, you peak,
It is.
then you crash, then you peak and crash, and it keeps you going like that. They made that game so addicting.
It's so good. It's such a good game.
It's a roller coaster.
The animation is like some of the best I've ever seen in a game.
You ever seen them make it? You ever seen how the way they made it? It's incredible.
I actually, yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's painstaking. I think they're in more pain making it than we are playing it. You know, like
it's
exasperating word, but impressive.
Yeah, because they decided to go. They used techniques just like old cartoons were made.
Yeah. And
And
with the tower level, they used a physical tower in the background on the dragon boss. So when the tower spins, they use stop frame in the background to like spin this. They made that tower, which is amazing.
I did not know that.
Yeah, like there's like so many different techniques used.
What? As in, did they draw over it or something?
I forget how they incorporated the tower in with the.
That's so cool.
Yeah, there you go. If you see their Twitter post, there is the tower carved away.
I've never seen that. That is so cool.
I know, it's unbelievable.
And what's crazy is it's like 12 quid.
I know.
It's like
I know.
so good.
I know, it's so concentrated. And because it takes a while, because you spend like I've spent days on a boss. I'd like go back to it like the day after. Just get my muscle memory up, you know, like let my brain refresh for techniques.
Yeah, well, once you're in the tower, it's the boss, the tower dragon boss. You know, you have to jump on clouds all the time. Like it's crazy hard.
It's insane, and the 3 heads are doing a different thing. But yeah, £12 for all of that. I'm in agreement with your statement there.
Yeah, that's a really good shout. Of course, a completely unique game on the list.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one else has said Cuphead. That was a game breaker.
To be honest, that actually was a pretty cool pick because I feel like a lot of people don't think about those sort of games when they think of their top games. Nice. Did you finish Cuphead?
I'm on the final boss. I don't know if I have the courage to even face I've got to the bit before with the Dice Master with his poker cards and his You have like 3 mini bosses. Say 4 to 5 mini bosses within that. Then you get to the devil. So I'm at that bit. It's a challenge for sure. I'm sort of waiting for the day.
I've never actually beaten the final boss. I did beat the Dice Man.
Oh man!
But that took me such a long. That took me like you said, just days of just grinding it over and over and over.
Yeah, until
again.
you get it, until you get the right combination of bosses as well, because they're randomized along that along the crap board.
And also, you've got to make sure that you get the perfect dice roll every time.
Yeah, because you
So
get
that
the
you can,
ones that you've done before, you know.
yeah.
Oh, I remember the cigar being the worst.
Um,
The humanoid cigar.
oh, I love that. That is such an awesome idea for a boss.
I know, and he gets stepped on. Spoilers. He
Yeah.
gets stepped on when you kill him.
I kind of want to. I kind of want to have a look at that boss again because I think the one I hated the most was there was a roulette wheel, and I just remember I just hated it. And
Let's have a look.
whenever that came up, it was kind of like, right, I guess I'm not going to win this particular.
Oh
go
man,
then.
yeah. Or the 3 drinks. If you remember
Oh yeah,
the
Oh,
three drunk bottles of liquor, all doing their
so
randomized thing. The
interesting.
martini spitting out olives that came alive.
Shout out to the music as well.
Oh man, yeah, I love that. Love that. It's a silent film, 20s music.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Give me. We're going up a tier.
Let's go.
The game's getting better. I'm expecting higher quality. We're now on tier 4, which
Yeah.
is named the elite tier.
Okay.
Give it to me.
The elite tier.
Yep.
Oh, okay. We've got for elite tier. We've got a game called Cube. Q.U.B.E.
Interesting.
I'm not sure if the sequel counts, but the first one was a lot better than the second one. Not so much the story, much more the puzzles within it.
When I type in cube,
Yeah.
it comes up with pictures of cubes.
Oh, it's Q with as in the letter Q for
Oh,
Queen, and then B.
you know,
Q.U.B.E.
that's funny because I 100% heard that, but my brain I think my brain just changed the letter Q that you said to the
nah.
word cube. I've never
Fantastic
played this
game,
game, and I
Fantastic
know what it
game.
is.
Sort of Portal style puzzles. I actually had some good memories of this game, being up quite late with people on Discord and like streaming it and chatting. It's a nice little one. This nice little pocket of memories.
There's a cube too, apparently.
Yeah, the Cube 2. That's it. That's quite good. Don't play it for the story. That's what I'm gonna say. Play it for the mental challenges. If that's what keeps you going. If that's what you like.
So looking at the pictures, I definitely wouldn't go into this expecting a story at all.
Okay.
It looks so
Yeah.
interesting though. It looks I've definitely heard of it. It looks like Portal, but way more complicated.
Oh, it's mind-boggling at times trying to get the perspective and so you have to like work out in your mind where everything fits, and because you have a selection of different powers. So you've got red. You put red on a square and you right-click it. It turns into a 3 cube long stick. You've got green. When you right-click it, it makes a cube. Blue is a bounce pad, and yellow is a set of stairs. So you 1 and then 2, 3. But that was only in the first game. You had to put that on a set of 3 squares on the wall or floor. Hopefully you have some sort of image in your mind.
Oh, I'm looking at an image on Google which has all those colors on.
Oh, there we go.
So
and there's one in motion here. There's a green cube in flight from the blue square.
So when you start a level, are you in like? Is it all white, or are there already colors out?
It's all white, so you have a completely clear slate to work with.
That's so interesting.
Maybe at times. Oh, it's fantastic. It's quite short, but the short story, but the it'll keep you going for a while, just because you have to think a little bit. Like I said, puzzle games are like my top genre.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not much of a story gamer. I like because
Mhm.
it doesn't keep me going for long enough. I don't know. I don't have the attention span for that type of like long. I like something that will stimulate me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I do like my puzzle games. It's not my go to genre, but I
Mm.
definitely love these sorts of games. Like, I loved Portal 2. That's
Oh yeah.
it's a bit of a classic, isn't it?
Oh, that is.
Um, wow. Well, of course, nobody said Cube before, so another one. And also, there's actually not any puzzle games on this list.
Oh
So
man.
yeah,
Shout
wow.
out also Chromagun, similar.
Yeah, I say, oh, is wait, okay, because
This is
you
the little this is the runner up. This is like very off to the side.
okay, so because you mentioned it, and
Yeah.
only because you mentioned it, I
Yeah.
will mention there is actually a secret sixth tier
Oh, I'm excited.
for anyone who requests an honorable mention. It gets put
Ah,
in tier
okay, we'll get to
six.
that. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll have a when we get to tier 6, I'll bring it up again.
Tier
Are we
six is
doing
the
it now?
bottom. Tier six
What's the
is the
bottom?
worst one. Yeah,
Oh,
because it
okay.
didn't make your list.
Should we touch on it now? I don't wanna.
Go on, give me your honorable mention.
My honorable mention is Chromagun. Um, very similar style to this one that we just talked about, but it's paint this time. Same sort of primary and secondary colors, or mainly primary and secondary colors. But this time you have a paint gun, and your world sort of it
Oh
revolves
yeah,
around what the paint does. So you've got spiky balls, doors, and everything sort of collaborates with the paint to do something.
this looks very similar to Cube.
It
I
does.
have heard of it. It's it's like these are both very heavy puzzle games. Like they look like
Chromagun was a lot hard. I think it was a lot harder than Cube to me. I struggled with that one.
it looks really really hard. From what I'm looking at on Google Images, it looks insanely difficult. It's a
It's
Chromagun VR,
oh what?
apparently.
I'd love that. I don't own a headset, but that would be fun.
There we go then.
Uh, yeah, that's my runner-up right there. Just wanted to
Right,
shout out that.
that was in tier six, which is called the trash
Yes,
tier.
trash
Uh,
tier.
so now I've done something
Okay.
wrong. I've got a spreadsheet up here. It's very serious stuff.
Ooh,
Um,
very
so
professional.
now for tier three, the mini boss
Okay,
tier.
mini boss tier. Okay, we've now got we've got Watam. It's called.
You're gonna have to spell that out for
It's
me.
WATTAM.
Do you play as poo people? What?
Oh, you play as everything. So the main storyline is everything's gone missing. So
This is amazing.
you start off as this cube mirror, and you've got to discover everything. But everything's like humanified. Everything's got like everything's like got a face and can move around. You can interact, and things interact with each other to make more things. So you got to like discover everything. And what the best bit about it is the music. So the music normally plays, but when you switch characters, like a certain instrument will be more accentuated, or the music will like change a little bit, but still sound the same. So everything's
Huh.
got their own different character that changes how the music sounds. To so a rock, there'd be more tuba or something a bit heavier. You know?
What? So again, I'm looking at Google Images,
Yeah.
and
A lot.
I'll be honest, it's
Yeah.
not helping at all. What is the objective here of this game?
You gotta find everything. You gotta get everything.
It's giving me like, what's that game? You know the one, the one that a mutual friend of ours loves to bring up, and it's come out
um,
recently. Bug Snacks.
Bug Snacks.
It's giving me Bug Snacks vibes
But
in
hang on,
how
Bug
weird it
Snacks.
looks.
Yeah, I see the similarities here. Yeah. when I Google Bugsnax, I get like little crackers with like apples and stuff in the shape of bugs.
It's. I mean, it is actually kind of like that. It's spelt with an X instead of a.
Oh,
at
I,
the
I
end.
see my folly.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. So that is Watamu for you. It's made by the same people who made Katamari Damacy, if that's how you pronounce it.
That I can. It's
Can
so
you see it?
obvious.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, Damacy. Yeah.
Yeah,
The characters, the switching technique, whatever you call it, the way that you switch characters is very unusual. You have to you have a little red arrow that points to you, and you move it around, and it will switch character for you wherever it's pointing at. So you also control this arrow that switches your character for you,
I
which is
just
bizarre.
you can probably talk to me about this game for like a long time, and
Yeah,
I wouldn't understand a word of. I
no,
don't understand how this game functions. It's kind of like
it's very
Katamari.
surreal. It's really surreal.
It's so surreal. Like nothing, everything you're saying, like I'm taking it in and I'm looking
Mm,
at the images and I'm trying to figure out
where it
how
fits.
what you're actually. I can see the arrow now. I've seen a picture of the
Yeah.
arrow.
So do you see the picture of the mouth with the meat in it? Very top of the page.
Yes.
So when you eat that meat, the meat will come out the back as a little poo, and if you've unlocked the toilet, you can flush the poo, and it will turn gold when you've unlocked the toilet pipe. You know,
This is complete nonsense.
and you gotta just go
This doesn't
there,
make any sense at all.
and then you unlock new areas. You get the bowling alley, and like the bowling pin and the bowling ball turn up, and they interact with everybody else in a certain way that unlocks new characters. And you got to unlock all the different seasons. So you start off as summer, then you go off to like and the different seasons, and you got to unlock new areas. So you got beach. The beach ball turns up, and it's so surreal.
This is absolutely incredible. Well,
There we
thank you
are.
so much for introducing me to that. Right, that's on the list. We're going to move on. We're going to go to the second tier, your
Yep,
penultimate game of all time. What is
penultimate. Aforementioned, it's Katamari Damacy.
is it?
Been playing that a lot recently.
Oh wow. Well, I'm sure it will be no shock to you, but that has not appeared on this list before.
Oh,
Uh,
what a brilliant game! It's such an old classic. I never played it on the PS2, or I think that's the only thing it came out on. But yeah, it's a fantastic
it
little game.
came out on the PSP as well, I think.
Did it really?
Yeah. I've never played it. It looks mental and really fun. It looks
Oh,
really
it's
good.
fantastic. The thing is,
Yeah.
the point of view is like very enclosed, so you can barely tell what is going on around you. It's incredible, and the story is like hilarious. I love it.
So you, I know it's about rolling stuff up and getting bigger and bigger,
Mm.
uh, like bigger and bigger rolls. How big? What sort of scale do you start off at, and where do you end up at the
Yeah,
end?
I've only like, I think quarter finished the game, so I started off with I think like thumbtacks, um, I think coins, small animals, and then you work up to sort of garden furniture, houses, lamp posts, larger animals. It gets ridiculous. I've not gone beyond sort of buildings at the moment.
I do actually need to play it. I really should play it. I feel
Oh,
like
it's
it's something that I'd
fantastic.
enjoy. And the king of all the universe.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Oh no,
he
of all
doesn't like really
cosmos.
care. That's it, Cosmos. He doesn't really care. He just sent this guy on an adventure to get all the stars back.
Absolutely. I just
Another
imagine
really
the process that you go through when making. I mean, imagine going to a publisher and saying, "I want funding for this idea. It's going to be
yeah.
great." How? How do you even begin?
I don't even know. I don't. You just roll things. He comes in with like a little ball of blue tack. Like, look at this. You seeing this here? And starts rolling on their desk.
Pretty
All their
satisfying. Yeah.
Look at this. He gets like a few like holes from the thumbtacks. Like, it doesn't matter. It's still going. I think what happened was that the publishers got involved in the ball. They're somewhere out there now. They're gone.
Yeah. Oh, the ball's gone planet size. It's out. It's
That's
out
it,
somewhere.
Yeah.
I feel like you turn up to the interview or whatever, and you show them a demo of like a stick man rolling up objects, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is really addictive," and then you go away and you take that same game, but then completely reskin it to this, and then show them what you've been working on. And it's too far gone. You spent too much money on making it look bizarre, and they just have to like publish it.
It's stuck on the idea. That's what it looks like. I love it. Keep it going. And also another not fantastic, more bizarre controlling system like Watam. Because I use Steam Big Picture to do this because it doesn't really work with keyboard. You have to use a PS4 controller. So you use like double sticks to move around. You sort of like adjust what you do. So one stick forward, one stick back is like turn around. So I never really used that kind of controlling system before.
Is it like
a bit unique.
Is it his two hands that you're controlling, basically? Is that the idea? Or-
Yeah, basically, yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, the tutorial was fascinating in itself, just having to use this controller in a bit of a unique way. Which I definitely carried over to the Watam, as I said, the strange controlling system.
Absolutely. Okay, well, we are now onto the absolute final tier 1, which is the final boss tier.
Yeah.
This is where it gets serious. This is
Okay.
you.
Get serious.
It's a very very serious podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. I've not had one laugh on here. I've been serious.
Give it to me.
Okay, it is Little Big Planet.
No, wait, which one?
First one, of course.
Wait, no.
No.
Little Big Planet 2 is on this list.
2. Now the first one's the absolute.
I feel like
pinnacle.
this your top 5 has. I think Cuphead's a little bit of an outlier, but the rest of them, I actually have a much stronger understanding of your usual games taste now.
Yeah.
I love Little Big Planet.
Oh, like the art style, the music, the concept, the puzzles. It's just and the co-op play. I'm a very social player, so I love that co-op play. You know.
So you had a
Everything.
PS3 then at one point.
This is a different cousin's house, though, one that I spent a lot of time at. So I have enough like time in this game to sort of understand it.
Cool.
A lot of good memories of that game. Absolutely brilliant.
I too I did own it eventually, but I too played it originally at my cousin's, and yeah, I've fond memories of this co-op, this absolute chaos, creating a level in co-op.
Oh man, I remember that. Yeah,
just creating like a giant rocket and attaching the other player to it and just sending them off somewhere.
I love that, especially because my nephew was slightly younger than me, so he had a bit of a younger imagination. So the combination was fantastic.
It's
like random squares and cubes and baubles everywhere.
Yeah, Little Big Planet 2 is and the story mode is also really cool.
So good. It's so good. Even the narrator is good. I'm not sure the narrator is, but he has a fantastic voice.
It's Stephen Fry.
Not Stephen Fry. Is it Stephen Fry? No way.
It's Stephen Fry, yeah.
Amazing.
He's narrated all of them. Yeah, the narrator, and again, like Cuphead, the music in that game is so good.
I listened to it today. I still have I have the soundtrack on Spotify just to relive old memories.
I actually, yeah, I used to listen to the Little Big Planet 2 soundtrack. It's just so good, and I found quite a few artists through it actually.
Oh yeah, yeah. I feel like that's like one of their main points. I feel like they made a point of putting in like unusual and creative artists, music-wise, in there. You know.
Definitely, and some of them are real, deep cuts. Like there's some really unheard of artists that are in there. Well, probably
Oh yeah.
unheard of when they came out, but not.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, what was My Patch? Who sang My Patch? Jim Noir. That was it. Jim Noir.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, yeah. What a tune.
That one I loved. Volva. It's
Oh,
Spanish.
man.
Volva Ecomenda
Oh, stop.
by Cafe Tucvuba.
That was it. Oh,
Absolutely loved that tune.
oh man, the start levels, like it like took you in immediately with like good songs
I mean,
and
the level
levels,
that was
like-
on, which was the wedding level,
Oh, the
was
wedding
so
one.
good.
Oh man. Oh, I remember that game getting hard as well, quickly, like into the canyon levels. Dude, they were. Yeah,
I remember the first few levels the most because I found them to be the most fun because they do get a lot harder, like you said, and you can't really play them in co-op later on. Like it gets to the point where if you're playing with someone who hasn't really played the game before, it's like all these crazy platforming bits you have to do.
yeah.
But the whole online thing, like people making Shark Attack levels.
Oh man, the online aspect. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
On PSN, yeah.
and like bomb levels where infinite bombs would attack you. You had to survive for the longest.
Yes. Oh man. Good times.
My friend
Wish I-
made a
wish I
made a
remember
bomb.
that. Yeah.
I was saying he made one. It got quite popular, like really popular. He was really really good at the game at making levels on it.
God damn. Famous on Little Big Planet. Well, that
Yeah.
is prestigious right there. If
That's
we're
what we
talking
gotta aim for.
British on this podcast, that's it. That's like up there.
Well, we have this podcast has actually been about an hour.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
unless you've got more to say about LBP,
I think we've said it all. Yeah.
I am going to run through this list quickly.
Yep, absolutely.
That is what I do at the end of all of these. I eventually going to have a website where I can just chuck this list up and say to anyone who's actually listened this far into the podcast, which I can imagine is a very small number of people.
Shout out to those people. What up?
I always give the people who get this far a shout out because it's like one person. So hello. Eventually we'll get a website and I'm just going to chuck this list up,
That'd be good. Yeah.
and then I can say,
let people know.
go to here.
We need more Watan players, man.
Yeah, we do. Is that? I have no idea. I've never heard of that. Is that a popular game? Do you know?
No, it's not. No, I'll check for you the amount of reviews left. I think that's a good gauge of popularity.
That is probably, yeah.
Hang on, give Steam a little sec here. You were saying you want to run through the list.
Yes. So I'm going to make it snappy because it is big.
Yep.
There's some funny ones on here though, so I feel like you probably want to hear the list anyway.
Absolutely.
So, tier 6, the trash tier. We have Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah.
Evolve,
okay.
And Chromagun.
Oh, Evolve.
Yeah.
Man, I remember that.
It died, but it was
it
so good.
It been out quick. Rest in peace, Evolve. And Evolve 2.
They got too greedy
Right.
with their microtransactions, but it was so good.
That was a good that was like one of the best 1v4s out there. Rest in peace.
It really
And
was.
Chromagun again, interesting. Someone else out there's.
No, that's you.
Oh, it's me. Oh, I see.
I'm including your
my
ones
own
as
as well. Cool, wonderful.
Can you imagine?
That'd be odd. Also, it's
yeah,
125 reviews.
that's quite small.
Yeah, they're very positive. They say.
Wow.
There we
Cool.
are. You were saying let's keep going with this list.
Tier 5. We've got Undertale, Street Fighter 4. Have you played Undertale, by the way?
No, I haven't. No.
I'm gonna keep that in my head. Right, Undertale, Street Fighter 4,
Okay.
Minecraft,
Oh, yeah.
PUBG,
Oh.
Sonic Boom,
Ooh. Okay.
Warhammer Dawn of War,
Mm-hmm.
Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga,
Oh,
and
brilliant.
Cuphead.
Nice.
And then Tier 4, we've got Civilization 5,
Mm-hmm.
Towerfall Ascension, Spyro the Dragon,
Ooh.
Lost Planet 2,
Yeah.
Roller Coaster World on the PlayStation 2,
Right.
Resident Evil 7,
Okay.
Pumped BMX 2, and Cube.
Hey.
Tier 3, we've got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Halo Reach, Skyrim, Battlefield 3, Sims 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, Dirt 2, and Watam.
Yeah.
Tier 2 is Persona 4, Zelda Breath of the Wild,
Yeah.
Little Big Planet 2, Witcher 3, Animal Crossing, Metro Exodus even, Dying Light, and Katamari Damacy. And then finally, the best games ever made, according to the Hitbox podcast:
Yeah.
Pokemon Heart Gold, Mass Effect 2, The Last of Us, Metro 2033, Spyro the Dragon, Ripto's Rage, Total War Warhammer 2, Skate 3,
Oh.
and Little Big Planet 1.
Hey. You know what? Hitbox has got onto something here.
We were so close, Nathan. We almost got Little Big Planet as the first repeated game.
Imagine.
But
No.
it wasn't to be.
It's always got to be the first one, man. That's a banger.
You know what's really painful? The
Yeah.
person who chose Little Big Planet 2
Yeah.
said, "Oh, I really want to put Little Big Planet 1, but I'm putting number 2 because they added new stuff to it." They were that close.
Oh my crikey! By a breath there.
Right. That's it.
Brilliant stuff.
Do you have any words of wisdom that you'd like to give the audience before we conclude?
Persist. Keep going. Especially with the genre of puzzle, which is I feel it's my prestige. Persist. Keep it going.
Persist and keep it going. Wise words for trying times. Goodbye, everybody.